we know that our first responders are out there every day putting their lives at risk to keep us safe, but rarely do we get a chance to hear from them about how it feels to save a life.
There you go, breathe, buddy. Keep breathing. There you go. There you go. Keep breathing. Keep breathing for me. There you go.
Like agonal respirations.
There you go. Keep breathing.
I ripped the bag off.
A camera captures the moments NHP trooper Jacob Fisher begins performing chest compressions on a man who collapsed behind the wheel.
But this is the first time I've ever had the opportunity to utilize CPR in the line of duty.
It was back in March Fisher rushed to the 215 near the airport connector to help a driver who went into cardiac arrest.
That's not something typically that we would encounter on the freeways, but it certainly is a skill that is necessary for the majority of the first responders.
When he arrives, the driver's gasping for air and at times losing consciousness.
There was no verbal response. There was no response to pain stimulus. So he was very much out of it, as far as layman's terms.
But Trooper Fisher begins talking to the driver, telling him everything's going to be okay, reverting back to the training he received as a combat medic in the Army National Guard.
We dealt with trauma medicine as well as clinical medicine, such as CPR.
First responders rushed the man to the hospital. He's released 3 days later. Trooper Fisher says he's just grateful he was in the right place at the right time with the right training.
To have the opportunity to help save someone and to ensure that someone gets to go home to their family, it's a very humbling feeling, and it's also extremely gratifying.
As you can tell, they're just extremely humble about what he did. Kept reverting to it was all about my training. It's all about the things I learned, and having those opportunities. He was talking about NHP doing yearly training and all of these things that they'll be able to assist people when they arrive on the scene of a crash, because they never know what they're going to encounter.
Yeah, he's clearly saved that man's life. Trooper, hats off to you tonight.